Yeah, that's right, we're back with another video. Today I'm pretty excited because I'm here in Birmingham at Creation Skate Park. I'm out on tour and I've been travelling around various cities, having a lovely old time. Managed to get into the concrete bowl in Sheffield and that was pretty hard work. Just getting up on the coping felt like a major achievement. So I'm here at the spine ramp in Creation and this is one of my favourites. Now in this video I want to get back on the spine ramp, see if I can regain a few tricks and also maybe push the envelope a bit into new areas. Now my issue with the spine is it's right at the very top of my ability level to skate a spine. I'm sort of always teetering on the edge. And also I just don't skate spines very often. There is a spine at my local skate park, but it's concrete. It's about 5 foot tall and it's pretty gnarly when I get it wrong. I've come a cropper a few times on that guy, and it's also right next to my favourite concrete coping bowl, which usually I go for over and above a session on the spine. Anyway, enough of my yakking. I'm going to get back on there. I'm going to talk you through my sort of psychological process, and I'm going to try and remember the key points of each trick as I do them, see if I can get as many as possible. So I've got me Apple Watch here. I'm going to start my session. I'm going to monitor my progress in terms of calories and heart rate. No warm-up, so I think first things first, I'm going to go for the rock fakie. Now this spine ramp's probably about 3 foot tall and it's just got the right amount of whippiness. It is quite whippy. So I reckon if I can get a rock to fakie going. So I found the key to transferring over the top is to bend the knees, and that seems to drive the board into the coping. Here we go. Woo! See if I can get a fakie rock. Oh, didn't like the fakie rock. Okay, first try on the spine transfer over the top. I don't think that was too pretty, but see if we can get it a bit more pretty. Get the legs warmed up. So yeah, just by accepting the spine down, it seems to settle the ship. So I did clip the wheels a bit on the way back in there, so I probably need a bit more foot in the nose pocket when I go for it. Okay, fakie rock. Okay, so that's feeling pretty good. I want to see if I can come back in over fakie. And the fakie always scares me because it's sort of coming back in over backwards, but it's the same things to remember. So get over. Whoa! Oh, I shouldn't be talking while I'm doing it. Yeah, that's the hang up. So just came over and didn't quite bend my knees enough. Didn't clear the coping. It's good to get that one out of the way though. It's usually freezing cold when I skate here, and that would have been horrible freezing cold, but it's moderately warm today. I might even think about taking off my jumper in a minute. So what I did wrong there was I was talking, not concentrating, and also my knees were not bent enough. I've really got to concentrate on bending my knees down on that coping. It just makes everything so much easier. Okay, I've had to whip the jumper off. It's getting a bit hot. So let's see if we can get this fakie over. Go. So we go straight for it, no fakie rock. Woo! Oh, keep the special bar going and see if I can get the blunt. Whoa! Then axle, keep the special up. Oh, that felt a lot better. I think just going for it seems to make a lot more sense instead of these sort of setups and taking it a little bit mellow. Whoa, getting out of breath. Let's see what the Apple Watch says. 161 on the heart rate. That's pretty good. That's 4 tricks back in the bag. Been going 10 minutes. So that's my basic over the top forwards, over the top rocking backwards, and then a blunt, and then also a fakie frontside axle. So I think now I just need to upgrade this line into just no setups at all. So straight in, over the top, back, and then blunt, and then fakie axle. And if we get that far, start thinking about upgrading these stalls into slides and grinds. So let's see if we can get it straight in, no messing about. Woo! run out of ideas. Whoa, it was a dilly-dally. Oh. Finding with the fakie rock, if I clip the wheels on the way in, that can send my feet off the grip. And also, if I don't get far enough over, commit far enough over, it means the board's up on the top and my body will start to pivot the board around. I nearly went for it that time, and I'm glad I didn't, because I would have flown off. And the third thing, if I can bend my knees down, that helps steady the ship and it gives me somewhere to rock back in from. I don't think I've got a decent fakie over the spine yet. They've all been a little bit teeter-totter, so still concentrating on bending my knees. Woo! Try and upgrade that trick. Yeah, try and upgrade that to a fakie front axle instead of a tail stall and then into the blunt. Oh, that coming back over felt a lot better. I think the knees were about that much bent instead of being totally straight. Let's go for it again. So a bit more knee bend. Oh, whoa! That's always the worry, bailing the board, that it comes with you. And I think the trick I've just remembered is to bail both feet backwards and sort of steer it away so I can run out without it catching on the feet. Oh, just got to pump extra hard off of that fakie frontside axle because I didn't quite have enough speed there for the blunt. Oh, I'm having so much fun. Thanks for riding along with me. It's given me the impetus to really go for it. If I was on a solo session, I'd be taking it way easier. Heart rate's up to 155. I'm getting a right sweat on. I love skateboarding. You get a free workout whilst having fun and working on everything. So let's get this. Here we go. That was a bit slow-mo. Right, here we go. I don't think that doesn't count. Oh, crikey. Well, almost way too much stall on that fakie back over, but I've spotted something that's helping that I vaguely remember I used to do on my fakie over the spines, and that's to try and get the board a little bit further over. And it seems to rock better. It feels like it's towards the front truck, but I think in reality I'm just getting it so that it's right on the middle. And that allows my body weight to go over. And that try, the board was in the right place and I managed to just rock over at ultra slow pace. I had a cup of tea on the coping whilst I thought about how to pump the fakie frontside axle out. And then got the blunt with a foot down, which doesn't count obviously. But that fakie frontside axle seems to be hooking in every time. Don't want to jinx it, and now I have. So let's go for this line one more time, see if I can get it clean. Oh, let's sit up on the T-brake on the one I find the easiest. I think it's because I jinxed it earlier by saying I've got it every try, but the rest of it felt okay. Managed to just about get enough speed. I compensated by pumping a bit harder up onto the blunt. So just one more go. The thing I find about skateboarding is a mental personal battle, and that wasn't done quite as nice as I'd like it to be done. So I'm going to keep going with it until it's done and it feels good in every department. Oh, well, that's the full thing. Moderately clean, no clippage of the wheels, not too much T-brake. So I'm going to start thinking about sliding and grinding. I think the first slide is going to be board slide over the top. I'm not sure how much slide this coping's going to give me. It hasn't felt like it's too slidey. Oh, that's okay. Now, the issue I have with this guy is getting enough sideways momentum to slide, and this spine is not that wide, so I'm worried I'll start sliding, come back in and go off the end. But maybe if I set up right next to the wall, it will help. I'm only looking for a tiny little slide, nothing too crazy. At Concrete Waves, I like to get quite a decent long one, but that one I'm fully padded up, and if it goes wrong, it is emotional, but it's not a complete day ruiner. Let's go for this and see how it feels. Woo! Oh! Okay, I'm starting to get the slide going. It feels like I'm going like the wind across there, but I know I'm only going like 1 mile an hour. And I think if I can just turn up the volume by 5% on each element, a bit more knee bend, a bit more pump, a bit more speed, should be able to bring her back in. It's the bringing back in bit that I'm worried about, the clipping those wheels. Already done it once, it's a nightmare. And also I can feel on the top of this spine, there's sort of some indentations where they've put the screws in, some sort of gaps in the coping. I can feel that clickety clacking across the rails, which I don't think will be a problem as long as I go fast enough, but it's just a bit unnerving trying to bring it back in. Woo! Okay, I chanced my arm and managed to bring a scrappy one in. I just need to keep my shoulder a bit more in line when I come back in a sort of open shoulder. So just want to tidy this up. Then that'll be trick number 5 back in there. Okay, starting to feel pretty tired. Got a right old sweat on. So to finish up, I want to see if I can get a grind across this coping. My favourite way to do this is to come in fakie, just get a little bit of a front side tickle, and then see if I can bring it over and come back in. Now, as with the board slide, it's not the widest spine, so can't get loads of speed up to go for a long way. And I'm also worried that if I do, I'll end up coming off near this wall, and oh my goodness. So we'll give it a go, see how it feels. It'll also give me a chance to tidy up my little blunt transfer. I might try some of those with no nose grab, see how they feel. I haven't done those for years, so, and I only did a few when I learned them, so that could be a little bit worrisome. I didn't quite go as planned. I've got to play guitar tonight, so I've got to be a bit careful. I'll give it one more go, but that didn't feel anywhere near, if I'm honest. Whoa! Oh, it was a bit closer. Both times I've nearly stood back on the board, which is the least ideal thing in the entire world. Okay, one more try and I'll go back to the nose grab. I don't mind admitting defeat. Oh, that was sort of it. Let's try the grind. Oh, wow. Sort of kind of on both things there. Took a bit of a tea break once I got into the blunt over, and then a really mini grind. I find it quite hard to get the line in with enough speed to really grind it, but it's definitely a possibility. Now, should I keep going on this blunt with no nose grab? I think I can definitely tidy it up now that I've got one. Okay, a bit more speed for this grind. Whoa! Oh, that's quite scary. I think the blunt was definitely better, and the grind moved a bit, but then stopped. So I need to slightly change that. Now, this blunt with no grab is actually a little bit easier than I thought. It's just all about commitment. Got to bend my knees up and commit over, keep my feet on the board. Oh. Sideways movement. Okay, that's that's it for this video, and that was 90 minutes well spent. Managed to burn about 1,000 calories. Heart rate got up to about 150, got a right sweat on. It's unseasonably warm here in Birmingham. Usually when I come here, it's a full snowboard gear. But it's a delight to ride this spine ramp. I think it's one of my favourites. It's so rideable at about 3 foot with a nice bit of whip on it. Managed to get those stalls back and also turn them into a slide and a grind. So I'm pretty stoked and pretty happy. Let me know what you think of the spine riding, if you've given it a try, and also if you fancy giving it a try, leave that in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe also. My name's been John Bishop, and I'll see you next time.